Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Fun Stuff Friday and we're going to finish this picture that we started yesterday. I have sprayed it and it is been sprayed with the fixative. We are going to use the Paul Rubens oil pastels for the background. So we're going to be working in the oil pastels, especially in the sky area. We're going to be using a mixture of the metallic ones as well as the regular ones for our grays and silvers. So we're going to get started with the area around the moon because we're going to work from the center out, and that is definitely the best way to do it. So I'm just going to put I'm going to put a layer down around the moon here. And I'm going to switch you over to the close-up camera so you can see a little better. And I'm using the Flicker Yellow for this and a paper stump. And I'm just going to blend that out, spreading that around. The one good thing about the Paul Rubens is that they are very smooth, very soft. So you can blend that right out. You can add it directly to the page and blend it right out. I don't typically do this, especially with small areas, but for larger areas it does work out quite nicely. So as you can see, I'm just pulling it straight out into the areas that I want it to be. So I'm going to add some more. Like so. And we take our paper stub, and hopefully I don't have hair on it. Because, you know, dog hair is a thing. Charlotte gets hair everywhere. But that's why we love her, because she's fluffy. Well, that, and she's a good dog, but it's more fun to say it's because we love her because she's fluffy. So I'm getting this quite thin so that it will dry properly. The one thing about oil pastels is if you leave them too thick, it will take them a while to set up. So try to make sure that you get it blended out as far as you can, as thin as you can. Now a little bit more down here because I want to bring that out a little tiny bit further. We'll be adding some grays into there as well. I hope everybody had a wonderful day yesterday. Of course, it is Friday. So, of course, we're having a good day today. I'm going to finish this video, and then I will be uploading another video as well, using and demonstrating, and maybe even doing a bit of a comparison between the new Arteza glitter brush markers and the other ones that are very close to it is the Spectrum Noir brush markers. So we will do a bit of a comparison between them. Once again, just moving that pastel out so that it's fairly thin. Just getting a good amount there so that we can move it around. Try not to overtake any areas. of the wing. If you come into the wing, it's fine. Just take your finger and rub it out a little. The great thing about the workable fixative after spraying the chalk pastel, the pencil pastel that we used yesterday, it does give me the ability to, wipe things off. So if I go over it with the oil pastel, I can just quickly wipe it off and it's fine. I don't mind the glitter being on there, but I don't want it to be too bright yellow behind it. I want that to come out a little bit more. And I'm not on camera, I'm sorry. And then we're going to go a little bit on this side here. As well as down here and down here. And then we just push it in to those areas with the tip of our paper stump here. And like I said, we're trying to spread this out as thin as we can so that it dries quickly. Because if you put it on too thick and you don't spread it around thin enough, it can take a very long time for it to dry and set up. So you can end up, having to wait quite a while before you put it away. Just be careful of her hair there. So if you go over something, just take a clean part of your stump and just move it off. Now I know it looks very yellow, and that's fine. We'll be coming into that a little bit with the silver gray and bringing that yellow in a little bit. So the next one that we're going to use is this one here, which is a blue gray. And again, we're going to go right around the edge. Like so. And then we're going to take our stump and clean this part off. Get rid of some of this yellow. I don't mind a little bit of it on there because we're going to be blending into it, but we don't want it to be bright yellow. And then we just take our gray, blend it into the yellow a little bit. I'm just going to blend right into it. And not in any particular pattern. Try not to make it too much of a straight line. to blend outwards. So I'm going to put a little bit more down so that we can blend outwards as well. Like so. And we're going to go around this edge here. Alright, so let's do this part up here first. We're going to blend it in. And then we're going to blend it outwards. Like so. And what we're just doing is we're just building that aura around the moon and around her wings. Into the night sky. So once again, we're bringing that gray in. A little bit thicker there. And spreading it out. And we'll try to stay in screen. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I keep on doing that to you, I'm sorry. I need a little bit more here. Once again, just bringing that into that yellow and then bringing it out. Try to get it looking like rays instead of like a round line. You know what I mean? Put a little bit of this down behind her. Lift it up off there. Under her. Okay, so there we have our gray area. And that's the lightest gray. Now we're going to go in with a little bit of the silver. And we're not going to use a lot of this. We're just going to drag a little bit of it into that light gray. And then out. Grab a different side here. We're just doing the edge of the aura here. Like so. One thing with metallics that you have to kind of be careful of is that if you do go different directions when you're laying it down, it shows different streaks. So be careful of that. And we're just going to put some down here. That's in the wrong space. But that's okay. Okay. So once again, we're just going to take the paper stump and blend it into that gray a little and draw it out. Moving it with my finger just to keep that shine on there. And then we're going to be a little bit careful here. And I'm going to use this here. We're going to fill in this whole corner with the silver gray. Like I said, we're going to be careful which, when we're going over it, that we don't leave marks. So I'm going to put it down and then I'm going to rub over it with my finger, bring in those reflective tones, the reflective pigment of the metallic out. Just smoothing it out like that. Now we're going to do the same thing down here, this area, as well as in this area. Like so. Getting that sparkle in there a little bit. Come down in here. Like that. Turn it here. Try to keep it all going in the same direction. And then over here. Again, just moving it with our finger just to get it going in the right direction. And then we're going to take it and we're going to do the same thing over here. Not all the way in, but most of the way in. Check and make sure I'm on screen. Sorry guys, I get focused and concentrating. I lose track of where my paper's sliding to. I really do have to look at maybe getting some magnetic sheets or something and put under it. So I'm just pulling that metallic tone like so. Now we're going to use a black silver, so this is silver dark in this area here. Just blending it in with my finger. pulling it in to that lighter color there. Giving that edge a darker color. And then we're going to do up here. Just pulling that all together. Okay, and then we're going to go up in here. Like so. Just making sure that I cover up all that. Metallics are so weird. Sometimes you end up with some white spot because of the way that the metallics stand up. It's a little bit annoying. Alright, there it is. Alright, now we're going to come through here. Blending that in. Once again, I'm not too concerned about the outer edge here. The frame, so I'll be going over it with a different type of medium. Alright, I'm just going to drag that out this way so that I have something to blend into. Hate that. take our blender. Make sure that we get all those white areas filled in there. Okay. I can't tell if that's just the way the metallic is laying down or if it's not covered. It's going to drive me crazy, people. A little bit of that gray there. Just doing some touch up on the light gray color, just because it doesn't look like it's covered very well. There we go. That's better. Alright, now for the final part of the sky is our black. And we're going to use I think we're going to use a different one because this one I think has too much gray on it. And it's picking it up in the black. We want more black. Make sure that this is the black. Yep, this is black. It's got a bit of a brown to it. Not sure if I like it. It'll be fine. Just dragging that black around. And we're just going to blend it all in. Giving it that dark area there. Same with up in here. I'm going to blend it in. Pull that down into that dark gray. Make sure that we get the majority of it covered here. Try to get it as dark as we can. right direction here. It's the weirdest thing. You have to rub it a certain direction for it to go in the right direction. Alright, so we have our night sky finished. Now we're going to let this dry for a couple of days and then we'll put some embellishments on it. Now for this bottom part, we're going to use the chalk pastels just because they cover very nicely, but don't completely remove detail. So we're going to start with the dark gray. Now this is almost a black gray. And just like last time, just like we did yesterday, we're going to move that around with our tortillon. Spreading it outwards, leaving the darkest areas in, and we're spreading that color out. I'm going to take a little bit more of that gray, throw it in there. Alright, now we're going to take the next gray and we're going to start here. Now this is a bit of a brown gray, which is fine, because then we take a bit of this one here as well, which is a bit of a black gray. And then on top of that, in order to get a nice amount of a light tone in areas like this, we just bring in the white and fill that in with that. So let's start blending all those colors together. And the great thing with the pastel is you can blend multiple colors together and create a new color with them just by putting different ones on the page. Like so. And then you can go over it and lighten it with your white color, or you can add your white color into it and lighten it that way. Now I am being careful not to drag the color from the upper background down by touching things with my pastel-y fingers, because oil pastel and chalk pastel, it just makes a gummy mess. So be careful with that if you're doing the entire picture all at once, like this. So I'm going to drop that off of there, like so. I'm going to take my brush, and I'm going to tip you guys forward here so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm brushing away from the oil pastel. Make sure that you brush away from the oil pastel. Otherwise, you're going to have a mess. All right, now I'm going to take my white, and I'm going to put my white in here and in here. And a little bit of it in here. Now I'm going to take that, and I'm going to dust that off. So it's given it that white color. Now, I need let's do this one here. We're going to do the under area here, and here, and here, and here again. So I'm just putting in the line here, and I'll move that black gray around with the tortillon. Alright, so we're going to dull that down, drag that along into our darker areas. Try not to get it onto the oil. Like that. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Dragging that down and up. Now I want a little bit more in this area here. In that area there. Now we want this one here for up under there. Trying to make sure that I do them in different tones of gray so that the areas stand out. Oh, there's green on that. That's okay. I need another one. Where's my other one? Do I not have any more? Oh, there. That's okay. We'll put a bit of green under there. Adds character, right? Alright, now this one here, I'm going to add a bit of yellow and a bit of red. And a little bit of green. Because it's going to show the colors of the ball here. So now with our ball, wipe that off. We're going to start with the yellow in the middle. And then we're going to take a little bit of green. Like so. So I'm using yellow and a yellow green. Now I'm doing that in the light and the medium areas, and I'm blending those together. Just at the edge, I'm leaving the center bright yellow. Now I'm going to take one of my pads and I'm going to rub that in. And the reason why I'm rubbing it in is because when I do that, it lifts off any loose powder and fixates that yellow-green color into the light area that I want it to be. Now we're going to take this red and we're going to put that in there. And we're going to take our little stumpy thing and we're going to mix that in. And then we're just going to take a little tiny bit of a darker green, because that yellow-green kind of dissipated it. So we'll just put a little bit of a darker green in there. Like so. And there we have our orb. So I'm just going to take my brush, do that, and then I'm going to take the white and then we'll take the brush again and we'll dust it off. And I went the wrong way. Shoot. Oh well, it is fine. Alright, so we are all done except for, of course, her eyes, which we will grab a pencil. her lips. And I have a bucket of my old Shapiro oil-based pencils there. So I just grabbed hold of two of the ones out of it. Alright, so there she is. I'm going to turn this off so you can see how she looks. So that is the oil pastel and chalk pastel. A wonderful little fairy that we started yesterday and finished today. Alright guys, so that is all I have for Fun Stuff Friday. Of course, remember to keep watching for the review of the Arteza brush markers. That will be coming up soon. Alright guys, until next time, and thank you all very much for watching. Always remember to like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube artist that you enjoy. And always remember to relax, color, and stay safe, everyone. Until next time, bye-bye for now.